Legend Lost Sectors. What are they? What do they mean? What does all this stuff on the screen mean? Well, welcome back, Guardians. Today I'm going to just do a quick guide, a wee short video to run you through what Legend Lost Sectors and all are. So Legend Lost Sectors are a good farmable way to try and get sort of exotic armor that you don't currently have and you can't actively get through the likes of Zur or hit drops from doing activities and whatnot. So these change daily. These change on a daily basis. So just be aware of that. It's not going to be Skydock for tomorrow. It's currently the 15th of November here. So just making you aware that these do change on a daily basis, and they will rotate between the EDZ, the Moon, Europa, and Nessus as well. So just keep an eye out on these locations every day to see see where they are. But this is it. This is the start of the Skydock for Lost Sector. You can see there's a flag here that says Start Lost Sector. So what I'll do is, once you become more adept at the game and you've run these a few times, you'll start to learn what all this text in front of me means. Legend difficulty, locked equipment, match game, extra shields, the different types of champions, the burn, the shields, and the modifiers as well. Now you can see the recommended power for these is quite high. It's 1570, and your rewards are enhancement cores and exotic armor, but only if you do them solo. So I'll show you here. This is what it looks like. It's like you're jumping into a strike or something. Now these are your modifiers that are shown in front of you in the text, but it's easier to see and read them if you come here. Now you can change between Legend and Master, and you can see the Master is the recommended power is 1600 light level. But the only thing the difference is there's going to be more champions in this. The mods are the same, and you can see at the bottom there's that attrition mod, but I'll run through that once I go through the majority of them here. So for the Legend, you can see matchmaking is off, so if you want to come here with your fire team and just give yourself a bit of more challenge, by all means work away. But if you want to get that exotic armor that you know that you want and has a chance of dropping here, you can see it's exotic chest armor today. That will also change every day with the rotation of the Lost Sector. Sorry. So enhancement cores in common. If solo, you get your exotic. So the modifiers then: limited revives, limited fire team revives, gain additional revives by defeating champions. So you can die, but you can only die a certain number of times. Champion foes. This could change as well. You'll face barrier. That's what that wee triangle symbol is. And the unstoppable, the square. You must equip anti-barrier and anti-unstoppable mods to your arms armor to defeat them. Come from the seasonal artifact. I will show you where to get these. So this is your seasonal artifact, and they can be unlocked here. That's another one. No, it's not. That's another one. Anti-barrier sniper rifle and the overload machine guns. But we are looking at unstoppable. So if you have this, your solar melee ability stun unshielded combatants and a strong against unstoppable. It's good to have that. I have the unstoppable shotgun unlocked. It stuns unshielded unstoppable champions, and the anti-barrier as well for my auto rifle. So that's what I would use for this one. Now these, like I said, they will change, so you need to change your armor accordingly. So you just come in here, you press Y, and it's usually in these two slots here. You can see are the different types of seasonal mods that you'll need to put on. So anti-barrier, unstoppable. Go back and look at this then. Shielded foes, you will face combatants with void shields. That wee symbol means void. Activity modifiers may add more shield types, so you want to make sure you have a weapon that can deal with those shields. So it could be void shields, it could be solar shields, it could be arc shields as well. So you want to make sure your build is set up so that you can deal with them. So at the moment I've got my linear fusion rifle and my heavy to deal with those void, and I can deal with any solar shields as well. Now the only issue would be if there's any arc shields. It'd be quite difficult, but that's the only shotgun that I have on at the moment. I didn't get a chance to take in my vault and whatnot, but you kind of want to have every subclass archetype covered. So realistically, I would want that to be an arc shotgun, or you could have it a void shotgun, whatever. It doesn't really matter as long as you have the 3 main light subclasses covered. You should be fine when it comes to dealing with any enemy type, any enemy shield type. So it's awful annoying that it keeps going out. Solar burn, as you could see there, I have my solar subclass. Now that means I deal 50% more damage, but I also receive 50% more solar damage as well. So high risk, high reward. It kind of works out okay. Pestilence, this will change with wherever it is. For this one, you're coming up against Cabal. Pestilence, when defeated, Scions spawn void grenades at their feet. So whenever you come across a Scion or whatever, there is one I know for sure for the Hive. It's the I can't remember. The Acolytes. The Acolytes, they spawn a like a fire pool, and I think for the Vex as well, they have like a pool of Radialoria. This is the arc sort of damage. So that'll change whenever it comes to each new lost sector. And you can see here the equipment is locked, so whenever you start this, you're not able to change any guns, your subclass, your armor, nothing. So you need to make sure you're coming in here perfect, to just run through it, no bother, and you're not having to rely on switching your weapons to different ones that you have in your inventory. So you have to go in with what you've got. Match game as well, particularly important. Enemy shields are highly resistant to all unmatched elemental damage. So that was why I was saying you need to have a way to clear out every single light subclass type shield, the arc, the solar, and the void, just to ensure that you're not struggling when it comes up against unmatched elemental damage. So say you brought a solar shotgun to void shields, for example, I would struggle massively whenever it comes to taking down their shields. But that is all that for your legend. As I said, the master's slightly more difficult, higher light level, very, very difficult. Limit revives champions mob, so there will be more champions for you to go against. Champion foes still the same, shields still the same, solar burn still the same, pestilence the same, equipment lock, match game. Attrition, regeneration is greatly impaired. Defeating enemies may create wells of light. So whenever you collect those wells of light, that just means your regeneration can be restored again. So this is quite important, because say you take a lot of damage, you're going to stay very damaged for a long time before you picked up those wells of light. And that's the difference. So it's going to be a lot tougher. The enemies are going to hit a lot harder. As you can see here, masterful like everything you do, only the most powerful will not find instant defeat. But that is it. So you can see here, I am probably well suited and booted to give this a go. I'm not going to because I've been rambling on for 10 minutes. So we got our anti-barrier auto rifle, we got our installable shotgun, we've got a way to deal with our void shields, we've got our solar, and we're high enough light level. I've got a good exotic to help me with the solar damage, and I've got that other installable mod equipped, the one with the if you punch them they'll stun. So it's very important to come into these with your loadout correct and built the way that will make this the easiest way possible for you. So just remember, these change every day, so just keep an eye out for them and give it your best shot. That's all you can really hope for. So thank you all for watching, Guardians. Go kick some ass. I'll hopefully see you with your brand new shiny exotic gear from these Legend Lost sectors.